Deodorant. He's not. Look at him.
Oh, is that my YouTube Live?
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I don't know why people think.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Volleyball Tournament. A little late start here. Lots of things going on here, but we are 6 minutes into our first game. Dimitri, what are your? How are you feeling today?
Good, good. I'm feeling good about it. I'm very confident about everyone playing.
My first question is always keys to success in terms of what's going to be important about winning today.
I feel like communication with all the teams is going to be the biggest thing. Mainly seeing a lot of them now in front of me, not talking that much, just kind of running for the ball.
I think that's very important. Now, the difficult part is some of these students have been picked up last minute, so haven't been playing with them all marking period, and I think that's going to be an issue with communication.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like most of the people that did get drafted do have a sense of, like, there's like a friendship there beforehand. So that should play in their favor.
Agreed. Absolutely. That's a good point. So in front of us here, we have court number 1. Far side's court number 2. With a great save by Angel. Unfortunately, that hits the ceiling, and we know that's a point for the other team. Dimitri, the second question I always ask is costume. Do you have a favorite right now for in terms of a costume that sticks out to you as best?
Yes, it is. I don't know what team it is. It's the peanut butter, the Charlie Brown team.
Yes, the Peanuts.
Yeah.
Captain, I believe captain is Allie Huck.
Yeah, she made all the shirts. That was so good.
I'm impressed with how thorough and detailed those shirts are. I talked to her. Allie Huck's one of my job shadows, and she was up till past midnight making those shirts last night. So a lot of effort put in there. I know she was hoping she couldn't win the tournament. She was hoping to at least win that costume contest.
She definitely will. No doubt.
All right, so playing on court 1 here right now. Our first playing game. We have period 3, team 2, Captain Wade. And period 7, team 9, Captain Megan Donaldson here. Megan's team is playing in pink. Wade's team's playing in black. And then on court 2, on the opposite side, we have period 3, team 6, Captain Brendan Mahoney, playing against period 7, team 5, Captain Olivia Lessie. So the first playing game, hopefully these are the low seeds in the tournament, our 15 seed through our 18 seed, looking at a chance to make a run into the deep into the tournament here. Now we got a couple really good matchups right away as we see a double hit there in front of us. Mr. Racino is staring at me, quite a little smirk on his face. I know he wants to be featured on here later, which we will we'll get him on an interview here very, very, very shortly here. I know, very soon, Mr. Racino. We're live on the air. All right, give me 2 minutes, Mr. Racino. But we got a couple great games going on right in front of us here. It's 19-18 down on court number 2, and 14-13 here on court number 1 as that ball sails out of bounds here. Mr. Dimitri there protects his screens. Shout out to the Communications Academy here, Dimitri. What did it take to set this all up and make our live stream and video stream happen today?
A lot actually. We came down like immediately in the morning, like the second all of us were in the room. We like lugged the TV, everything like on down in a big cart. Tape all the wires everywhere. I had to make sure all the cameras were set up right because there's like caution tape around all of them. Finding people like right away for like the freshmen and all of them to also get here, stuff like that. It like took all morning, and even now we like started late because we couldn't get the audio to start working.
Sure, absolutely. There's lots of details to go, lots of background work that needs to be put in. One, for running the volleyball tournament, and two, for obviously making this live stream happen. So we really appreciate Mr. Dimitri and the Communications Academy for making this all happen today.
Thank you.
We'll give a shout out early on. Also, we have our officials here, our wonderful physical education department here on court 1. We have Mrs. Mealy doing a lovely job there. As we see a great spike by Megan Donaldson, they're able to keep that ball alive. We also have Mr. Engel serving as an official on court number 1. And then far court we have, I believe, Mr. Guerin
and Miss Procida.
And Miss Procida, thank you, Dimitri. And then obviously on our mic, doing our announcing over there, the wonderful Mr. Huck actually serves as my assistant swim coach. Obviously does a lovely job in all his roles here at Woodstown High School. So shout out to our physical education department for allowing our students the opportunity to have a little fun on the day before break. As you see a great spike there by Angel Hernandez. And Megan Donaldson's team looking sharp. We got about a minute left to play here, and it is a close matchup here. Far score is 24. Can't see that other score. 24-22 it looks like. As a tough serve there. Pink team looks to be pulling away with less than a minute to play here. Bridget Daly on the serve. Tough spike there by MJ. Game point. We have a game point here. Bridget Daly on the serve. Nice high arcing serve. Gets it over one time. Good setup. Good spike. And that is the game. We have advancing on court number 1, Megan Donaldson's team. That's period 7, team number 9.
And on court number 2, the period 3, team 1 versus period 7, team 6. Along now.
All right, Mr. Orsino, we're back here. First guest appearance for the morning, Mr. Joseph Orsino, our fearless leader in the athletic department. Mr. Orsino, how are you feeling this morning?
I feel like I'm on Comcast Sports. This is what
incredible. No, Mr.
Why don't we have
Dimitri
this
is
set up for basketball?
Yeah, we
games?
need
Like
to. Well, here
I
we
feel like Ala Abdenali from the Sixers.
Sure.
Or maybe Mark Zumoff.
Yeah, I feel incredible. This is a wonderful morning. This is actually one of my favorite days of the year. Mr. Dimitri sent me an email a week ago asking if I would do this again, and it really was the best email I've received all year. So I really appreciate him bringing
I've
this on.
sent you a lot of emails this year. I mean, I know they're probably not at the top of the list, but
no, very low.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem there, Mr. Yu.
I feel like I'm courtside. Like I feel like Joel Embiid should be running by.
It's truly incredible. This is. I mean, I would pay $1,000 to be in the seats.
That ball is out of here. You know, like something like that.
No, truly incredible. I actually think you and I missed a career calling in sports broadcasting.
I don't think. Hey, my career's not over. I could do this every day.
You're a lot older than I am.
Mrs. Ursino tells me when we're watching like football and stuff, and like I'll say something before the announcers actually say it. She'll kind of give me that look like, why can't you do this?
Sure. Well, I think this proves today that you can.
I mean, I'm a natural.
I agree. Absolutely.
A natural-born entertainer that lives for the volleyball tournament.
So let's talk volleyball here as we don't want to get too far off topic. Now I was just talking with Dimitri here. What goes into setting up a tournament like this? You know, the grandeur of the volleyball tournament. Discuss with me a little bit of detail as the ball comes soaring over here. You know, who do we have to thank here for making this thing happen?
Well, it's certainly not me. I don't have anything to do with it. I just kind of show up and make sure the nets are where they need to be. And no, really, it's all the PE teachers. I think I'll tell you what's the coolest thing is the tradition has continued, and we've had some new staff. You know, we have Mr. Engel, we have Mr. Sita, you know, and then obviously our senior members of the department.
Sure.
Mrs. Mealy, Mr. Garin, Mr. Huck. Not really sure where Mr. Huck is. He's probably looking up the Met spring training schedule.
Well, he's our announcer here today.
Not much to get excited about for the Mets.
Yes, of course, I know. Yeah, we're looking forward to obviously the Phillies here. Mr. Cena, now that I have you here, talk me through, to get back off topic. Winter sports have begun.
Joe O'Brien, good to see you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien, as we walk by. Thank you. So, winter sports season is underway here. I know we've had some great.
We are rolling, baby.
We are absolutely rolling.
We are rolling.
Part of me wishes that we could have a volleyball team.
Oh, Mr. Huck.
There he is,
there
Mr. Huck.
Shout out to Mr. Huck. He's got the Mets schedule. No, we are rolling right now. Your swim team's doing well. Tough one last night, but things happen. We rebound.
Yep, 2-1.
2-1.
Talk me through girls basketball and obviously brand new coach in Mrs. Strawn. Talk me through that game and the start of her season.
Yeah, well, I mean, not for anything. I'm excited because I officially have what they call a coaching tree because she played for me.
Sure.
And now she coaches, and she's doing great. And I got to be honest, it's a really neat dynamic to see her and Mr. Wildermuth coaching. Obviously, with Mr. Wildermuth being her dad. It's neat to see the spin that she puts on coaching basketball, but the little intricacies that maybe she picked up along the way from either me or Mr. Wildermuth.
That must be great for you to see.
I will tell you, she's got a very good sideline pace.
Okay.
Not too many coaches are good at the sideline pace.
Talk me through it. The speed of it, the frequency.
Well, the frequency is good. She might, as the season goes on, reduce the frequency of it.
Sure.
But it's a good pace. It's a good pace, and it's nonverbal communication because whether she doesn't like a call or maybe we didn't run a play correctly, the pace kind of indicates that.
Okay.
And she's got a great demeanor when we do something spectacular. Like last night, I believe it was Megan Donaldson. She scored a big basket. Talia scored a big basket. Big things that happen. She's so cool and calm. Where like me, I would jump up and down.
Sure,
like I would,
sure.
That the cool and calmness she didn't get from either me or Coach Wildermuth. That's her spin on.
Sure, I like that. Adding influence from her dad and you as a coach.
Yeah, but she for a first-year coach, I mean, in that environment last night, that was awesome.
Good.
I mean, it was awesome.
That's good to see.
The student section was here. They were good, well-behaved. We had a nice crowd. But that was awesome. And I think something that a lot of people may not know coming out of that game, I was possibly informed that the Clearview coach was going for their 100th win.
Wow.
Their 100th win last night. And that did not happen here. And as a sports competitor, you obviously recognize accomplishments like that, but you also don't want them to happen on your own court.
Sure,
and last night we were rocking. Actually, I was sitting here thinking last night, I'd love to be calling this game.
Yeah, we have to.
I mean, we've been going nuts. I'd have broken a headset or something.
Yeah, I think making one of these happen for a basketball game, a boys game, a girls game would be.
I mean, obviously
something.
We can't sit right here.
Sure, but up top in the stands, and I agree. Maybe in the corner by your old office over there, but no, that's great to.
Have you
great
seen
to
Mr.
see.
Kelly at all? Is Mr. Kelly in the house today?
I wish Mr. Kelly was in the house.
Tied up.
retiree, former English teacher. I think.
Wait, I got a sighting. She's here. She's here.
Miss Strawn.
She's here.
We see Miss Strawn.
She's here. Coach Campbell behind her. We were talking about the girls. The boys off to a great start.
How are talk me through the boys. What's their season looking like so far?
They're rolling right now, 2-0.
Good.
Going into a brand new holiday tournament for the program, going up to New Egypt.
Wow, that's a ways. That's considered Central Jersey?
Well, listen, after, never mind, I'm going to let that one go about the football playoffs. But, yeah, we'll call it Central Jersey. It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
we look forward to
open
seeing.
up with Steiner. Steiner, not a school we play much, old Steiner.
Okay.
But the big school, I know that.
Okay.
So it should be a good test for him.
Wonderful. Well, we wish Coach Strawn and Coach Campbell good luck.
Yeah, Coach Highland too. Coach Highland, the wrestling team is kind of at a stalemate right now. They were supposed to wrestle tomorrow in a quad.
Okay.
It got canceled. So they're just trying to get through to next Wednesday, when we have a tri match here with Audubon and Northern Burlington. That should be a good one. That should be two good matches for them.
Lovely.
And then they'll get into their season.
Sure.
So
that's good.
But yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Racino, before I let you go, I know you have.
Why you let me go? I'm having fun here.
You can stay. I just want to change topics here.
Oh, okay. Well, changing topics and let me go are two different things.
All right. Well, we'll change topics here.
Thank you.
We have the volleyball tournament going on, which we have kind of gotten a little off track here.
Well, we're in the prelims. We're in the prelims.
We are. Well, it's the first.
It's like the World Cup. It's like the World Cup. We're working through it.
We had the playing game here, and actually Megan Donaldson's team advanced. So coming after a big victory on the basketball court, the same court getting an early first-round victory. Talk me through your keys to success.
Well, first and foremost, I'm watching kids come in here with pretzels. I hope we're going to throw the trash out today. Okay, trying to keep the gym nice and neat. No napkins, no nothing. They're just getting salt all over the place. I don't know what's going on over here.
I know.
We're just letting everybody do anything they want anymore.
Well,
anyway, enjoy the pretzels, fellas.
I know we have some hot chocolate sales going on, some pretzel sales going on. So hopefully to benefit the.
All for a great benefit.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm all for the cause. Just hopefully they throw the trash away.
Yeah, I agree.
Keys.
Tell me through your keys to success. I know you've coached basketball.
You need a good uniform.
I agree.
It starts with the uniform and the name.
So walk me through.
You got to be dedicated from the beginning.
Walk me through. Do you have a do you have a favorite right now? I know Dimitri mentioned earlier, and I think I tend to agree. The Peanuts, Captain Allie Puck,
that's a good one.
And the Peanuts, they did really well.
If they didn't have the back, it would be a little plain, but they finished it off in the back.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Any
the sets one, the red shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, worked hard on those. They have, you all have to match. Obviously, you want to have a little bit of a Christmas theme. This is a Christmas volleyball tournament.
Yeah.
But something sports related as well is always good. So we'll see who wins that.
There goes two more pretzels. We almost got a half a dozen pretzels.
Yeah, we might have to take a specialty order here.
Yeah.
We'll get a couple of those soon. All right, well, checking back in here, we got about 2 minutes left in our first one of our early round matchups.
You got scores? What are scores?
Yeah, so down on court number 2, the white team, which is Rocco's team, I want to say they are the number 2 overall seed. They are up 22-12 with 2 minutes left to play. Court 1, I'll get a score here as Jack Knorr goes up looking for the block. And is able to score. No, he gets it over. Well done. We got a great rally going on here on court number 1. I'll get a score update in just a minute, but just good setup there by Grant Prater. Try to get to spike Zach Gates.
We got some volleyball here on this near court right now. Meet me at the net, he says.
This looks like a playoff game or almost a championship final here.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a
very good matchup. This rally has continued for over 40 seconds here.
Yep. This is what I would call like that 5-12 NCAA bracket game. You get that tight game where the 12 seed hangs and
big block there by Jack Knorr.
Jack Knorr is just trying to take control of this thing and finally does. The third time was a charm there.
He is able to. He looks a little winded almost here.
Probably want to check his shoulder and his rotator cuff. Yeah, that was 3 hard spikes.
That was truly an incredible athletic feat there with about a minute left to play. Tuxedos there I'll get a score. They're playing Team 2, Period 8. It looks like Period
Tuxedo
7.
T-shirt, very underrated.
Period
Says
7.
It's formal, but I'm here to party.
Team 4. Jack Knorr is the captain of Period 7, Team 4. As
17-4?
Yeah,
With
Period
that,
7,
with that
Team
volley,
4.
the score is 17-4?
No. Period 7, Team number 4.
Well, you said 17-4 like it was the score.
I will get a score update. There's 25 seconds left to play. Mr. Fimiani, what's the score of this game?
I gotta sit up a little bit.
23-22 here.
All right, that's fine.
Jack Knorr's team is down. Graham Prater's team is up.
Hey, we're over half a dozen. 3 of them
Look at
made
this.
it to the table.
You know what?
3 of them.
We have an absolutely incredible. Our communications academy is
Just make sure you throw that out.
truly incredible here. As we have a specialty order of pretzels here. As we're able to get the match has ended with the score. We got so distracted by the pretzels here as Mr. Demetri shakes that salt.
The producer's getting salt all over the floor.
Our executive producer here.
Rocco's shaking hands like he's
Rocco's
running for
coughing
mayor.
here. Come on, Rocco, get out of here. We got a lot going on here at the volleyball tournament.
There's a lot going on here.
And really, this is what makes the tournament fun for us.
Yeah.
Makes the tournament fun for the kids. It makes the tournament just an overall experience here. And really, as I mentioned before, one of my favorite days of the year. All right, so we're checking in. I'm going to see if I can hear who Mr. Huck is announcing next.
Great mic voice. He's got a great mic voice.
Yeah, Mr. Huck, he's incredible. This might have to be an every season broadcast. We might have baseball games, lacrosse games, football game. I mean, this setup is just some of the best I've ever seen at a high school level athletic outing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So games are 12 minutes long here. We're moving into still in the first round. We got a lot of teams here. 18.
You better pick it up. You know, school ends at 12:50. What is it? 12:03.
12:02, I believe.
12:02.
Yeah, we got games are 12 minutes. Actually, this year, our physical education department meets in their weekly PLC meetings, and I know
Leadoff man, 1993. What was it?
shout out to Mr. Keller there as we talk baseball.
Yep. You know, he was on the only state championship team, but now we have a second in baseball.
Yes. 19. What year was that? I'm sorry. 93.
91.
91. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we truly have incredible staff members. Lots of alumni here that come back and love to teach. We're gonna take a brief pause here as Mr. Racino wants to ask Mr. Keller something. All right, so we got clarification.
1991. He was the leadoff man, and I believe he still holds the school record for stolen bases.
It's really incredible.
Speedy.
As I said,
he was a speedy little fella.
Our staff here at Woodstown High School, dedicated to their athletics, dedicated obviously to their academics. We have some truly incredible
lot
staff
of banners
members
up in here. A lot of banners.
A lot of banners. A lot of athletic banners.
Running out of wall space.
Speaks volumes for
running out of wall space.
Speaks volumes for the culture and the community and the coaching staff and everything that we've established here at Woodstown High School. As we see a great block there in front of us, Jackson Hageman there. Early on, about 10 minutes in. So games are 12 minutes long, which is a long time. It's first one to score 25 points. Most of the time.
Invented? Do we know when that volleyball was invented?
That's a great question. I'm gonna have to look that up later. My history skills tend to be centered around the politics, the government, the social, religious aspects. Not as much sports history.
You don't do any prep work for the tournament?
No, I don't. I do, but the history of volleyball I know is as the ball comes soaring over here. Our executive producer, Mr. Demetri here, is going to really help us out.
It's a good thing we got a heck of a production team over here.
Let's guess. I'm
Go ahead,
thinking.
Guess.
Volleyball as a sport has been around well over 100 years. Late 19th century. I'm going to say late 19th century.
Okay, can you be more specific?
Well, that is the late 19th century.
Okay,
that's 1895. So.
When do you think volleyball was invented?
Mr. O'Brien.
Volleyball was invented.
Yeah, what year?
1882.
That's a pretty great guess. Late.
You can't be closer than that. 1895.
That's pretty close. Well done, Mr. O'Brien.
You're within a decade. See, I knew a decade was 10 years.
Okay, fine. Century is 100, Mr. Racino.
Thank you. It's both, Mr. Fimiani. It's both. Yeah.
All right, so checking in on the score here.
Girls volleyball in the spring. No. Girls in the fall. Boys in the spring. Gym availability.
Mr. Racine, I'm going to bring you back here. Score update. It's 4-4 down on court number 2 as we see a score, a tie game. Mr. Guerin down there officiating, blows the whistle a couple times. I think we had a net violation, which tends to be a common mistake that we see here on the volleyball court at the high school level. Now, not having a volleyball team here at Woodstown High School,
there's just kind of greatness everywhere. Here comes Coach Wildermuth.
As I said, the staff members are...
And as the newspaper said, a mountain of wins. He has a mountain of wins.
So talk me through, Coach.
How do you quantify a mountain?
Obviously, it's a lot.
Is it a big mountain?
You know, it's
not
hard.
A hill?
As Salem County goes, any mountain is big here, considering in flat South Jersey.
Can you ski the mountain of winds?
Talk me through Wildo's mountainous. What does he coach here at the high school, and how has that helped?
It all came up because on Tuesday, Kara, Coach Strawn, got her first win. So the conversation started as to how many wins Coach Wildermuth had.
So it was steered off of Kara was really the focal point of the article, and did Wildo overshadow?
It took a turn.
Okay. Which is usually not how it goes with Wildo. You know, a pretty laid back. You know, he doesn't like to be the center of attention at all. But
well, I think when it comes to talking about career wins, he's in.
Okay.
So apparently, you know, he did coach at Salem. He coached here, obviously, at Woodstown. He was my assistant coach. He didn't count those because he was the assistant.
Okay.
There was even some mention of his time as the Alloway Rural League coach.
Wow.
Yeah. So
way back.
We dug deep to build a solid mountain of wins.
Okay, good. No, that's an incredible feat for Coach Wildo. I know he's obviously excited using that experience to help coach the girls JV team here.
Yep.
Checking in, we got 7 minutes left to play as Julian Boffin has a nice set there. Court number 2, the score is 10-7. We got a great matchup here in front of us. Again, it's really incredible as that ball sails, unfortunately, out of bounds. Some frustration here from our pajama crew in front of us here on court 1.
Can't let the frustration set in. I really, probably a good time to call timeout from a basketball mentality, but you can't do it.
Yep.
You got to play through it.
You do have to work it out. We have in front of us, I'm looking at our lineups here, Max Webb's team, as there's a great spike there by Jackson in front of us. You know, obviously having someone on the front line there that's tall is helpful, but not, don't have to always have height to be good at this game. We got 6 minutes left to play here. Again, another two incredible matchups in front of us.
What'd you get the baby for Christmas?
A lot of things. We got lots of clothing, lots of books. Nothing.
Your 5-month-old can read?
No, but Mr. Racino, what you do is you read to your kids.
That's pretty impressive.
And that helps them develop.
I'm 41, and it's a struggle.
Their neurons start firing.
And you can read, you're ahead of the game.
Their neurons start firing so early that if you're able to read to your child, it means it's truly immense what the impact that reading to your son or daughter has. So hopefully Joseph and Olivia you were able to read to them. I know favorite Christmas books include The Grinch, The Night Before Christmas. Do you have any family Christmas traditions that you guys continue to do year after year?
Well, not really.
Okay.
I mean, we go.
Well, what do you
decorate.
do? You decorate. Okay, lights.
Yeah. Well, the tree has become a big thing.
So, all right, let me ask you this again, as a history teacher here.
Yeah.
Do you know the why, the reason, the rationale for why people bring Christmas trees into their homes? Do you have any idea
No.
So, Christmas trees. What's the difference here, Mr. Yu, between a pine tree, an evergreen, and an oak tree or a birch tree? What happens in the fall to those trees?
They change colors.
They do change colors, and then the leaves do what?
They fall off.
They do.
Well, what
evergreen. Okay, hold up. Evergreen trees.
Yeah.
What happens to now? Some of the needles fall off.
Yeah, they do.
But what?
And then the dog eats them and then throws them up. I mean,
but what color do they stay all year round?
Green.
Green. Thank you. Green is a sign of life, Mr. Racino, and in the early part of the Middle Ages, after the Roman Empire falls, I'm throwing it back about 1,500 years here, Germanic peoples would bring trees in as a celebration of life. And that's why we bring Christmas trees into our homes today.
Well, you know, when I woke up this morning, I figured I learned something. I didn't think it was going to be that. So, you know what? I'm going to ask a couple people that. I'm going to try to.
There you go. Now you
try
know.
to
You
retain
can
that
quiz.
information, but
That
I
can
don't
be
think I'm going to be able to. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Checking in, we got 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes left here. Again, two great matchups. Seems to be that Colin Groom's team over there on court number 2. Shout out to Colin Groom. His team is winning. That's period 8, team number 4. Period 8, team number 4. They're playing period 7, team number 1, and that's actually Allie Huck's team. So hoping for not an early exit for the Peanut cast over there. I see Woodstock. I see Charlie Brown. I see.
Oh, Mr. O'Brien's got a pretzel now. We're approaching it. We're approaching a dozen.
Getting conflicting sides of the Sydney.
All right, Mr. Racino, real quick, we've departed our volleyball talks. We're going to bring on Coach Strawn here to talk through her first 2 career victories here as that ball sails out of bounds. Great save by Gianna P.
Hit the Stanley.
Hit the Stanley Cup, but I think they were able to save it. We're going to get Mrs. Strawn down here.
I think she's in the locker room. She's got locker room duty.
We're going to get her on.
Probably putting a practice plan together for today.
Yeah, absolutely. So when is the girls' basketball team's next game?
They play Thursday here. They're at home for
They're in the tournament. Okay, good. Yeah. And what other teams are participating in that tournament?
We open up with Bridgeton. On the other side of the bracket is Paulsboro and Highland.
Paulsboro and Highland. Okay, yeah. Great. Is there a favorite? Is Woodstown favored in that tournament?
No. Okay. I think it's a pretty even tournament. Should be a lot of good basketball.
Good.
I mean, I think we got a chance to be there.
Sure, absolutely. Well, really, I mean, early on, you want to have those competitive matchups. That just prepares you better for the playoffs as you move throughout your season. You know, the basketball season is a long season, and sometimes difficult. You know, practicing over winter break, that's hard for students. They want to sit home. They want to eat Christmas cookies. It's difficult to stay focused. Over the holiday season, over the holiday break there. But
I always found myself eating an extraordinary amount of cookies over the break, getting ready for the basketball tournament.
Sure.
When I coached.
Sure.
A lot of stress eating.
Yeah, well, it's a stressful time.
So we said this last night, and I don't, not to make you feel bad, but
Sure.
There is no better feeling in coaching than a win before the break.
Yeah, I feel like there was some underlying shots fired there.
No shots fired.
Sure,
I'm
okay.
just saying, but it was a conversation that Coach Strawn and I had, and Coach Wildermuth. There's no better feeling than getting the win before the break. Takes a little of the pressure off. You can enjoy some of the holiday meals.
Sure.
And then you wake up day after Christmas. It's time to get back to work, and
and you're ready.
You're ready to go.
The athletes are willing to put it in because they see. They see everything that they can accomplish.
What? He's leaving? He's done?
So we have a great matchup here. 14 seconds left. It looks like, unfortunately, the Peanut cast is going to have an early exit as Colin Groon's. It looks like period 8, team 4 is going to get the win. Unfortunately, our hopeful for best costume, Allie Huck's team, as Colin Groom, we see a lot of. See what Colin Groom is doing over there, Mr. U? Shaking hands with the. That's great sportsmanship.
True sportsman.
I agree. Fan favorite here. So we're going to listen to Mr. Huck, see what he has to say here for the announcement. back on the air here. Mr. Huck is announcing here. We did, unfortunately, the Peanut cast did have an early exit on the first round, but they did receive Best in Costume.
Yep.
So at least they got.
No surprise.
I agree. No surprise there. Allie Huck worked extremely hard on those costumes here, as Eric playing that front line, not on the tall side, but able to get up and get that ball over the net here. As a great set as he gets it over. Dante Holmes there, hoping to spike it down. Great save by Joey Ulbrich.
Oh, that's a violation.
That should be a
That's gotta
violation.
We got a net vio.
That's
it's a net vio.
Miss Mealy steps in to
net vio.
talk it through.
Oh, here comes Mr. Engel. Very calm. He's going to overrule the call. This questionable call brought to you by... I have no idea. Seemed like a good time to throw in a sponsor. I don't know if we have any.
All right, so checking in back. 10 minutes left to play here.
I'm trying to find Coach Strawn. I texted her to tell her to come out here so she can relieve me.
Sure. We'll get her on board here. I know I have a lot of hoping to make a couple guest appearances. We're basically in the best seats in the house. So I know it's as we see a great spike there, but a point by Dante Holmes' team. We're looking at on court.
Oh, all right.
There she is. All right.
I mean, look, but see, good pace. All right. Well, thanks for having.
I thought you were switching out.
Oh no,
Mr. Yu, I really appreciate for coming on here.
You see the pace.
The pace was good.
The
pace was
good. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Said you got a good coach's pace, Coach.
Oh, thank you. You got a good pace. I don't know where you learned how to pace, but
Mr. Yu,
I'm halfway on the court.
she learned it from her dad and learned it from you, Mr. Racina. So, Mr. Racina,
right.
thank you.
Happy
Any final
holidays,
departing words?
Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to everybody. Always a pleasure. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Apparently, Mr. Kaiser's 5-month-old can read, but you know.
Well, he's 2 months old.
Don't forget, read to your children.
Well, some people know how to read, but
great job over here. We got to get this set up for a basketball game where I can do my best Mark Zumoff impressions. Hold on, partner. We're coming in for a landing.
I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Yu.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, joining me live here, our second guest of the morning is Coach Strawn. Coach Strawn, how are you feeling this morning?
Feeling great.
And why are you feeling great?
I mean, we just beat Clearview, a Group 3 school, twice our size.
An incredible win. So Mr. Racino was keeping us updated. I have a text chain with a few of the teachers here, and I was at a swim meet last night getting ready to get started, and I was just as interested in that final matchup. The final score. Talk me through the game itself. Obviously, you got the win against a big school, but an early win is so important for the season. Talk me through what happened and your experiences from the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, we started a little hesitant. They were a little nervous. We were down by 12, I think, at one point.
Sure, and really playing a Clearview team, that'll do that to some of the girls not used to that competition, but they obviously did not back down.
Yeah, we haven't played Clearview since 2018, I think.
Okay, so it's been a couple of seasons.
Yeah, and their coach came in hot. So if she would have won that game, that would have been her 100th career win.
Wow, so you shut her?
I know, we shut her out. I know. That was my motivation before the game.
That's something, Coach Strawn, you're always going to remember. You know, second game of the season, third game?
Third game, but it was my second win.
Second win, third game of the season. Mm-hmm. So talk me through, some of the players that were made key differences in last night's game here on Woodstown side.
Yeah, I mean, starting Talia Batavio, she had 26 points.
Wow.
She was phenomenal, start to finish. Megan Donaldson, she had 20 with 8 assists.
Wow.
I know, so that was huge.
Sure.
Just aside from points, Shannon Pierman played solid on defense. She played most of the game with 3 fouls. She had 3 fouls at the middle of the second quarter.
Okay.
And I mean, she played phenomenal. Alyssa Baber had some key. She had 4 points in the third quarter. We went on a 16-0 run right after half.
I did see that. So I looked at the box score this morning, and you guys were down at half?
Yes, we were down by 11 or 12.
So really, your halftime speech must have really motivated the team.
I have no clue what I said, to be honest with you. I must have blacked out.
That's okay. I mean, sometimes being in the heat of the moment does that to you, but obviously, you know, what you got, your game plan, whether it changed or stayed the same into the third quarter, obviously made a big difference, because that run really put you guys ahead and allowed you that buffer at the end of the fourth. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Shawn, did they outscore you in the fourth?
They did. It was like 22-6, I believe.
Okay.
But we outscored them 26-6, I think, the third quarter.
Okay, and you know, basketball's 4 quarters, but you got to perform all the way to the end, and you guys were able to.
It's a game of runs. So who can have the most runs?
Absolutely. I think especially true in high school basketball.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, they gave it all they had until the last 3.5 to 4 seconds. Natalia got fouled. She hit those 2 foul shots because it was tied. Or we were up by 1. It was tied or up by 1. And she went 2 for 2 from the line, and that sealed the deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
a perfect girl to have on the line.
That's who you want. Obviously, her and Megan, obviously a tag team there as guards on the court. Well, congratulations, Ms. Shawn. You know, one more question for you. Mr. You and I were talking, you know, obviously having him as your coach, he spoke volumes to you as a player, and he was really touched to see you transition from a player to a coach. Talk me through, you know, having Mr. Orsino as a coach, having him as an athletic director, and then after that, you know, second part of the question, having your dad on the sideline. What's that like? You know, obviously you're learning from everyone here.
Yeah.
But talk me through, you know, having those 2 influential figures in your life, in your coaching career. You know, what impact have they had on you?
I mean, I never imagined. I mean, in high school playing for Mr. Orsino, I was never thought, I want to coach someday. I want to be a teacher. I mean, high school, you have no clue what you want to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, but looking back, basketball got me through high school, and I think a lot of these kids can relate. Sports gets you through, and he maybe not at the time realized, you know, because I probably drove him crazy.
That's fair. That's fair.
But looking back, I mean, he was, I mean, between him and my dad, they're why I'm a teacher, they're why I coach, and just to have both, I mean, Mr. Orsino standing in the corner giving me pointers, my dad's on the bench giving me pointers. I mean, I have such a solid support around me. I mean, the girls are so blessed to just have those 2 guys, and I'm even more blessed to get all their knowledge that they can give me. It's just a cool moment, you know, to come back, and now I have my daughter in the gym with me watching me.
Generational
so, you know,
here. No, that's
so it's just
absolutely incredible.
It's crazy, but I'm super thankful. Can't imagine coaching or teaching anywhere else. So, yeah.
So, next steps, tournament in early tournament over break. Talk me through the matchups there. You know, what do you expect to see? What do you hope to see in that tournament?
So Thursday we play Bridgeton, which should be a good game. We should win. Hands down, we should win. And then Friday we either have Highland or Paulsboro. So either one of those would be a good matchup. I'm hoping for the Highland matchup. But we should come out on top. I mean, it's our Christmas tournament, so who doesn't?
Yeah, you hope.
Nobody likes to lose their Christmas tournament.
You hope. Yep.
And then we get January. The first couple weeks of January are some tough games. We got some bigger schools again: Eastern, Alma, Pennsgrove. So we're gearing up for a long. We're gearing up for the main run of the season.
Sure. No, that's good. Well, I mean, I'm thinking hopefully that Clearview victory will prove momentous for your tournament, and then those big games in January.
Yeah, I hope so. It's nice to win before Christmas break.
Absolutely.
Everybody's in a good mood.
Sure, correct. It'll make that waking up on Christmas morning that much better.
Yeah, my husband was like, "Please win, so we can have a good Christmas."
Correct. Well, Ms. Shawn, Coach Shawn, I really appreciate you coming on. Good luck with the rest of the season, and have a lovely holiday break.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy that baby.
Thank you. All right, our third guest appearance, Coach Adams. Coach Adams, welcome to the Volleyball Tournament broadcast. How are you feeling this morning?
Glad to be here. Ready for a break to start. It's been a long week.
Absolutely, it has. Yeah, and everyone's looking forward to obviously the holiday break, and this is a great way to kick that off. Coach Adams, I had Coach Strong on to talk about her season. One of the best seasons in football history at Woodstown High School. Talk me through your season as a whole, and the accomplishments that you guys as a team had.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up 9-3. We made the playoffs again, and we're fortunate enough to win the South Jersey Group 1 championship for the first time in school history. When you think there's been over 100 years of football here in Woodstown, it's something pretty special to do.
Absolutely.
And then we ended up losing a heartbreaker to Glassboro in the state semifinals, but the kids played amazing. We had a good group of seniors, and the way we started going into the season with our best two-way player being sidelined, we really didn't know what to expect and how we were going to be moving in, but we had guys step up, and it's hats off to the seniors for keeping everybody together, making sure everybody stayed positive. And, then Bryce Belafonte had the season he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. And big shoes to fill, and, he obviously accomplished that and then some.
Yeah, stepped up to the challenge and was phenomenal this year. And our defense played lights out week in and week out. And, it was good. I think a lot of it was trust. The kids trusted in what we wanted them to do, and we trusted them, and there was a really good continuity between the coaches and the players that made it special.
Absolutely, and obviously shout out to the defense, Mr. Ordog, Mr. Guerin, all your coaches, Mr. Engel, Mr. Trouts. I mean, really a truly incredible coaching staff, and the success, yes, speaks volumes to the type of kids you have, but the coaching staff really puts into the work. You guys have, lifting all winter, lifting all summer. So congratulations on that incredible season.
I appreciate it, and getting Coach Engel and Coach Trouts in there, coming from Haddonfield to help us out. They really gelled well with Coach Ordog, myself, Coach Guerin. It was one of those things where when you have a coaching staff that's been together for 14 years and then you bring some outsiders in, you wonder how well you're going to gel.
Yeah, they're going to mesh.
And I mean, it was seamless, and one of the crazy things that other programs don't realize, we were able to accomplish everything we've done with no coaches meetings at all. Most programs will stay up Monday night at the school till midnight, 1 a.m. and be hashing out the game plan where we trusted in one another to watch film on our own time, and we could watch film on Saturdays and Sundays. And we had text chains going on when we saw something. What worked for Coach Guerin to watch film and Coach Ordog to watch film may not have worked for me to watch film with our families and all. So it was a really unique situation where we just had group text going, and as the game plan unfolded, we just would text things to one another, and we'd all make our own mental notes and stuff. And by Monday, it would be semi put together. By Tuesday, it would be almost finished, and by Wednesday, it'd be finalized. And we were able to do something that a lot of staffs can't do, which is, add more family time. And cut down on that amount of time we had to be in the building here at football. So that was something that was pretty special.
Yeah, lots of moving parts. And on top of that, to go out and teach 5 math classes and to teach 5 science classes during the day. I mean, we can't forget we get paid to teach as well, Mr. Adams. But that's really incredible to get all those moving parts together.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun season.
So speaking volleyball here, we got the tournament going on. We got about 9 minutes left to play here. Court 2 looks like a low-scoring game over there, 4-3. I'll get an update on Court 1 in a second. Talk me through, some football players out here. I see. What are your keys to success here to hopefully bring home a championship in the 2023 volleyball tournament?
I think in volleyball you got to be very, very team-oriented. You can't have that one person that's jumping all over the court trying to hit every ball. You got to trust in the person next to you. You got to make sure that you're doing the rotations the right way, and you can hide your weaker people. You can sandwich them between 2 stronger people. But it definitely helps. I saw Garrett Lehman's team out there. Definitely helps to be 6'5".
The height is. I saw Rocco string up there.
You got Rocco at 6'6". Garrett, and then you got people like Jack Holliday who's 6'3". So that definitely helps out as well. But it's always a good time here with the volleyball tournament. The kids are very competitive, and you get to see kids that normally wouldn't be out and about playing a sport out there competing, which is great.
All right, Coach Adams. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. Enjoy that holiday break and have some relaxing time off.
Thanks for having me, and same to you.
All right, welcome back to our stream here. Joining me, senior Caleb Drace. Caleb, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I just had my first round. We lost though, so.
Oh, I apologize for the early exit. What team defeated you?
We were playing Alejandro Vasquez team.
Okay, talk me through. What was not working for you guys?
Honestly, we were the PE team, so the PE teachers picked us, and from like the groups that didn't get into the team. So we haven't played with each other. It was our second time playing with each other.
Sure. So difficult to mesh right away. Obviously, coming from different periods as well, not even from the same.
Oh yeah, we were from the same period.
From all over. Okay, so that's going to be difficult. First time playing all together. Does Alejandro's team have a chance to win it? You think they can make a deep run, or do you have another favorite that you see is dominated today?
Personally, Jeff Coveley's team, I had him in my actual gym period. His team's kind of stacked, and they just dominated their first round. I forget the score, but it was crazy. They blew him out of the water.
Okay, well, incredible. I know, speaking with costumes, the Peanuts, Allie Huck's team, is able to win costumes. Do you agree with that decision as the fan favorite for costumes?
Oh, 100%. I think that Allie Huck and her team, Allie won costume last year also as and coordinated that. Allie always has good costumes, but I feel like they're the only team that actually went out with like some type of theme that related to Christmas. Everyone else kind of just went with a color or pajama pants. So they definitely went out, and I know she spent some time on those shirts for sure.
Sure, absolutely. Put in the effort and obviously paid out in the end and won that costume contest.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have some score updates here. Score 2, we're about halfway through our third, this is round number 8 that's being played. 4 minutes left to play. Court number 2, it looks like Grayson Highland's team down there, Megan Spears, Thomas Boyles, looks like they're winning, I believe.
Looks like it's 16 to, I can't see the other side.
Yeah, I'll have to get a score update from them in a second. But about 4 minutes left to play here in the 8th round as we continue on with our 2023.
It's 16 to 10 on that.
16 to 10.
On score on the second court. I was watching Thomas Boyle's teams and the one that's playing Brendan Mahoney's team.
Sure.
And they're actually pretty solid also.
Yeah, I saw Brendan Mahoney's team got a first-round matchup, or they're able to get the first-round victory. But Thomas Boyle's team looks strong. I like their attire, their gym attire. They have the red and the green on. They look good. I saw them perform. I believe they're period 3 and lots of good things over there on court number 1 as they take a 17-12 lead with 3 minutes left to play.
I think honestly, the top 3 from watching the games is going to end up to be. I can't see this score over here, so I'm not sure what that is. But I think Thomas Boyles' team, and then Bryce Ayers' team, and we have Jeff Kov's team. I think they're going to be our top 3 contenders, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I agree. We had a great round matchup. Dante Holmes called for a net violation. Do you see that oftentimes when you're playing? Is there a lot of net violations called?
So I actually had to go up to Garen in the beginning after seeing one of my own net violations and seeing that on one of the courts. I had to go up to him and I had to ask, what does a net violation actually mean? And the clarification that I got from that is he's not calling it unless it's really aggressive on the net. If you accidentally hit the net or you're going for a 50-50 ball or what it may be, you accidentally hit it, he's not going to call it. But if you're actually blatantly disregarding the net as being an obstacle, then he's going to call that net violation. Okay. But I was watching Dante Holmes spikes, and to be honest, that he's got an arm on him with those spikes.
Yeah, he does. I think him and to me, I've seen Jack Knorr, put some hammers down on the other team there. And a great matchup there as we see Bryce. Bryce Ayers there with the spike. Obviously, having the height helps. What else? What other keys to success do you have?
I think yes, the height for spiking counts, but for when you're someone that's on the shorter side like I am, when you're able to dig a spike out, you got to be closer to the ground, and I think that's one of my strong suits as a volleyball player. Is I definitely can dig those out and die for them because I'm closer to where the ball's going to land.
Sure, as Angel gets called there for a net violation, Mr. Engels signaling there. He was hitting the net, brought the net down there. 2 minutes left to play here, but that ball sails out of bounds there. Bridget Daly watches it go out of bounds. 2 minutes left to play here. Thomas Boyle's team is up 19-15. Brendan Mahoney's team is kind of crawling back there with 2 minutes left to play.
They've got plenty of time. Volleyball is a fast sport. I think you can gain plenty of points in the time that you need to win, for sure.
Sure, absolutely. You can go on a run, a couple points, good serves, and score some quick baskets. As Mrs. Mealy, we had some frustration here from Megan Donaldson's team. Looks like they're going to be down a little bit. Blair Baldy with a good set, EP with a good set. Andrew gets it over there, saves it with Andrew. That was beautiful. Drops it in. Beautiful, beautiful. Well done there on.
I think as someone who's been going to Woodstown for 4 years, I think the volleyball tournament is definitely something that Woodstown has. It's kind of its own thing, and I love that for us as a community and as like a student body. I know we all look forward to it. It can cause some aggression and frustration,
absolutely.
But it's definitely worth it.
I agree. I think it's a great way to kick off break. They've been doing it for years and years and years. As we have, looks like Andrew Pedrick's team, they're able to defeat Megan Donaldson's team. So Megan Donaldson's team is going to be kicked out of the tournament with 50 seconds left to play here.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great day before the holiday break. I know everyone looks forward to it, and obviously having this broadcast makes it that much more special. But
I think the coolest thing is you can look back at these broadcasts and also just watch them and kind of remember. And it's also cool to watch yourself play. And that's another thing is like, you don't really, like volleyball, we don't have like a volleyball team here at Woodstown or anything, but like we all take it very seriously for sure. And I know like my team was all up there planning and stuff before the game, doing format and lineup and stuff like that. So that's kind of, we definitely take it serious. And Woodstown is definitely one of the more competitive schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the county.
And I think if we had a volleyball team, we'd have lots of students go out for the team because of the love they have for this tournament. With 3 seconds left here. And Justin Boss gets that final point, 25-18.
All right, well, that was a great round for there. I'm going to hand the mic back off to Bridget Daly, a senior in the Communications Academy.
Thank you, Caleb. All right, joining me here back in our broadcast Bridget Daly, senior. Bridget, how you feeling this morning?
Pretty good.
Talk me through. Now, you were an athlete here, a volleyball player. Talk me through your experience here in the tournament.
So I was actually so surprised that we ended up by making the tournament.
Okay.
So we were able to win our first game, which was really surprising because we were the lower seed.
Great. Get the early. Love that. You always want to see an upset. You love the underdog victory there. So well done.
Yes. And then the last game we just lost to the second place team, but I think that overall, coming from such a low seed, we played really well.
That's great. Talk me through what you guys did well on the court that allows you to get that first round victory.
So our setup, we tried to keep it very, like, we knew each other's abilities, so if we knew someone could spike but then another person could maybe set really well, we tried to spread them out so that way when the lineup would switch, we'd be closer at the net.
Yeah, good rotate. I like that. That's smart way to practice there. We got 10 minutes left. We are in our sixth round here, playing on court number 1. We have period 2, team 7, which is Louis Scholl's team, Bobby Donahue, Dante Holmes, I believe, unless I'm incorrect. And then against period 6, team 4. And then playing here in front of us, we have 2 teams from the same period, which obviously makes it more interesting because they've been playing against each other all market period. And that's period 8, team number 2, and period 8, team number 4. And that's, I apologize, I screwed that up. That's court 2 and court 1 we have here in front of us here. 3-2 down there on court number 2. So, obviously a couple great matchups here. And as we get closer and closer to the final and more teams are eliminated, it seems to be that we'll get those closer matchups because we have teams that are continuing to win and continuing to do well.
Absolutely. I also think that most of the games today have been pretty even games.
Sure, absolutely. No, I haven't seen a lot of blowout. I agree. And I think one of the reasons for that, I know I was talking with the physical education department, I believe they shortened the number of teams in the tournament down from 25 down to 20.
Yes.
So that might have helped with that. So that makes it a little bit more competitive to make the tournament. And I know if we look here as spectators, I'm sure there were some upset students who maybe were hoping to make the tournament that were unable to do so.
Yes, I think there was a lot of teams. I know there were about 5 teams from period 3 and period 7.
Okay, all right. And so talk me through now. Being what period, Bridget, are you in for gym?
I'm in period 7.
How many teams from period 7 made the tournament? Do you know?
So 5 teams made it. There were 10 teams in total.
Got it.
Because it is a senior, junior, sophomore, freshman class.
Okay, so it's a big crew.
Very big.
So the more gym classes that are in a certain period, obviously the more teams that are going to make it. Understood. Okay. So you might get lucky, and you might be from a gym period that has maybe a smaller number of students. You might not be as good really as other periods, but because you're from that smaller gym period, you might get lucky and make the tournament.
Yes. And that was the case in my team's position, is that we were able to make the tournament because our gym class was so big.
Got it. Okay, good. So we have 8 minutes left to play here as our Dante Holmes team is serving. Jeff Coveley's team, I believe. I was talking with Dimitri earlier. He said they, in his mind, were one of the favorites. Unfortunately, Frank Bennett's not able to get that over. We see some communication with Bobby Donahue here on Dante's team as Zyler saves that. Dante gets it over on the set. Louis gets it over on the set as well. So rallies seem to be lengthy rallies here.
I know there were a couple just watching back and forth that would go on for minutes before anyone would even be able to get a point.
Sure, absolutely. We got 7 minutes left to play here. Down on court number 2, it looks like it's 8-6. As we see a big spike there by Carter. Great save here by Bobby Donahue. Really, and it gets the point there. Incredible. Really, sometimes it's not about the skill, it's just about your effort.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, it's 10-6 down there as we see Colin Groom's team is losing down there on the period 8 matchup, the matchup of the century there. They are down 8 oh no, they just scored 10-7. Colin Groom's team is down there.
that's still a very good game.
Anything can happen here at the volleyball tournament, as there's a great save. Unfortunately, unable to get over. We see Bobby Donahue serving up. Bridget, I know we talked about this last year a little bit. What do you see in terms of serving? Do more students and players serve underhand, or do they serve overhand?
Most students, I think, serve underhand just because you get more pressure off the ball and it will go farther.
Okay.
That can be the case with going upperhand, but most of the time, if you slap it in the wrong area, it's not going to make it over the net, and it's a little bit more risky. So going underhand is the safest way.
And higher risk, maybe higher reward though. Is it harder to deal with as an opposing player on the receiving end of that?
It is. It's
more difficult.
More powerful in a sense.
Okay.
But it is risky.
So high risk, high reward as we see the overhand serve harder to deal with. And we got 6 minutes left to play here. 13-8 down there on court 2. I'll get a score update here on court 1 in 1 second as Jeffrey Coveley's team wins the serve. Max Webb, our quarterback here on the football team, he'll be serving. Let's see what Max does here as an athletic person. He gets at the underhand. Okay, so tends to go as he gets the point there with the underhand serve. So it seems to be that that will work for Max Webb. Good setup there by Bobby Donahue.
Nice
man.
Spike by Dante Holmes.
Big spike there by Dante.
He's been spiking all day.
We see Mr. Engel arguing with Dante. Dante is frustrated. Big spike, but doesn't get the point. I believe, Bridget, talk me through why he didn't get that point. Net violation.
So what happened was because he went so much over the net as he spiked it, you can't do that. It couldn't count. Which was unfortunate because it was a nice spike. It just
didn't go the way he wanted there. Bobby Donahue, the great save. Leighton Robertson, the great get over. A really good match. A really, really incredible matchup here. 4 minutes left to play.
Yeah.
The period 8 matchup is 14-12. So Colin Groom's team is coming back there. As we see, Carter gets it over with the left hand. Colton Ekus gets it over. Yeah, a back and forth matchup here. I'm really looking forward to. Unfortunately, that hit the top of the ceiling.
Yes.
So talk me through if it hits the top of the ceiling, no matter whoever hits it up there, it's the other team's point, correct?
Yes, correct. It's technically out of bounds.
Got it. Point. Understood. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the final here as we see approaching round number 8, and really we have only about four more matchups here as we are nearing 11 o'clock, just over 11 o'clock here. Just under an hour left to play in the tournament.
Oh, nice.
Too far. Was that out of bounds?
That was out.
Out of bounds. Too strong there from Max Webb as we see Louis Scholl on the serve. He tends to go the underhand, but it doesn't work out in his favor. High arcing set there by Bobby.
That was out.
Out of bounds. A little disappointment there from Jeffrey Coveley's team as he shakes his head. Looks like Collins' team had a little run going on, about 3 minutes left to play, but they are down by 6. Just under 3 minutes left to play here as Frank Bennett gets that to drop in just over Dante Holmes' fingertips. Jeffrey Coveley on the serve. Let's see what he does here. Underhand as well.
That looked like that was in, right?
Is that it? Okay, good.
I think so.
We have our sideline, obviously our referees, Miss Mealy and Mr. Engel on court number 1, and Mr. Guerin, Miss Procida over there on court number 2. All right, Bridge, we got 2 minutes left to play here. As we see some miscommunication there by Dante's team, and big smile on Jeffrey Coveley's face. Looks like they're going to take the lead there.
At the end of the day, it's really all about communication.
I agree.
there was a run-in, like on my team, I accidentally ran into someone, I should have caught it, but if you don't communicate, you're just going to bump into each other. Everyone's jumping, trying to get the ball.
Absolutely. And I was talking with Caleb a little bit, you know, the PE team was kind of thrown together last minute. Walk me through, so if teams from your period do not make the tournament, other teams can pick up those students?
Yes. So there's, I guess you could consider it a draft. If you're, usually you pick someone that is a stand-up player on their team, and maybe the rest of their team, it just didn't work out for them.
Sure.
So usually you try to pick someone that knows the game and will get you the points. So you can take them onto your team. The only way you can draft though is if you have 9 or less people.
Got it. Okay, so only 9 on a quarter at a time?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so if you have less than that, you're able to pick up a student to help you in the volleyball tournament. So sometimes that might be difficult if they haven't played together.
It can be, but it also can be a huge advantage because sometimes they are able to fill that missing piece that maybe you need to.
That's a really good point. We have 50 seconds left to play here as Ryan gets it over. Great matchup here in front of us. Almost championship caliber as Dante is unable to. Looks like Jeff was trying to speed up his team as he needs to serve. So that it looks like they need some last-minute points here.
I think it's going to come down to the final second.
That looked to be a carry. I thought so too, Bridge, but Jeffrey's able to get it over.
Was that out?
That was out of bounds. That was out of bounds. Mr. Engel was pointing to Jeffrey's team. They got to hurry up. 17 seconds left to play. Oh, saves it. Jeffrey saves it. Well, wow, great serve. Great save there as Bobby Donahue gets it over.
Jeff Cobley's able to carry it over.
Well done. It's a good save by Kara. And doesn't matter. Not enough. Jeffrey's team, as Mr. Huck just said, saved by the bell. It looked like Jeffrey had a last-minute run there. Excuse me, a late run, but unable, just ran out of time, unfortunately.
That would have been a big one.
We're now on to round number 7. Round number 7, quarter number 1. We got period 1, team 3 versus period 2, team 8. On quarter number 2, period 3, team 7 versus another period 7, team 1.
All right, Bridge. I'm gonna. We have a guest appearance from Junior Talia Batavia here. I'm gonna bring her on. Bridget, give me your departure words here as I leave you with this volleyball tournament here.
All right. Well, thank you. It's been great working again for another year.
Of course, Bridget. I hope I'm gonna miss you next year. Obviously, a senior. What are you gonna miss about the volleyball tournament?
I think just the energy from like all the students and how excited everyone gets into it.
I agree, absolutely. Well, Bridge, have a lovely holiday. Enjoy your break, and thanks for coming on.
Yep, thank you.
All right, another guest appearance here, Junior Talia Batavia. Talia, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm good.
Good. Why are you good? What happened last night? What was so great about last night?
We got a big win versus Clearview.
Absolutely, you did. Talia was able to score 26 points. Talia, talk me through last night's game. You know, obviously lots of runs back and forth, but talk me through how you guys were able to come out on top.
I think we started off strong, and after halftime, the first 4 minutes really set the tone. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Coach Strawn said you guys started really strong. but really the third quarter was the difference. Talk me through how, did the strategy change at halftime? Was it just to get you guys fired up? What were her thoughts and words during her halftime speech?
Her words were to just settle down and not feel like rushed or anything, and don't have them make us rush and just play our game.
Sure, absolutely, and obviously that worked. I know Clearview had, obviously a big win, Group 3 school, but that momentum will hopefully carry you into our tournament. So talk me through, you guys obviously are going to be practicing over break. Tournament starts over break as well, correct?
Yeah.
How has, Coach Strong, as she walks by, Mr. Orsino said that her pace, when she is either excited, her coaching pace back and forth, do you see her moving around a lot? How is she on the sidelines?
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
Lots of moving around, obviously.
Back and forth.
Back and forth. That's what Mr. You said. So, Talia, I appreciate you coming on here. What are you looking forward to most as you guys go into break and then into January, the rest of the season? What does the Clearview win mean for you guys moving forward?
They were a very good team, and I think we could beat every other team that we're going to play if we just execute how we did.
Absolutely. I think that's perfect. If you guys play like you did against Clearview, and Coach Strong said that, there's no stopping you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, Talia, thank you. Have a lovely Christmas. Good luck in the tournament, and have a wonderful rest of the season. All right, joining me, we only have about a minute here, just because he's such a busy guy. Mr. Huck, welcome. How are you feeling this morning?
Good, feeling good. Everything's going well.
What's the setup for this? How long does this take? What goes into this tournament?
Well, these guys play. They play each other within their periods since we came back from Thanksgiving break, and each game they play, each period, we add up their points. And then we have an in-class tournament, and then we end up selecting the best 18 from the entire school.
That's incredible. What do you have? Give me your 3 keys to success before I let you go back to your announcing. What is going to make a team win today? What's going to allow that to happen?
Probably more than anything is just make sure they're covering all the spaces on the floor. Sometimes you get some players who are too aggressive, and they end up feeling that they got to hit everything, and they leave spaces on the floor open. And if they face a good team, they'll be able to take advantage of those things.
I think that's well said. Last question for you, Mr. Huck.
Yeah.
Talk me through the officiating in terms of net violation. We've seen a lot of contention, a lot of attention filled with the net violation. What's the ruling on that?
Well, the net violation technically is you're not supposed to touch the net at all.
Okay.
we try to have them, not touch the net or even go over the net, and then some referees will allow them to play a little more physical than normal.
Okay.
I think when both teams go up at the same time and they're both at the net, they kind of call it even. But
Sure.
if one more than the other is pretty much all over the net, then that's when Mr. Engel and Mrs. Mealy and the rest of them will call it.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Huck, well, I appreciate you coming on here. Have a lovely holiday, and obviously good luck to whoever is able to win out this tournament.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
All right, another guest appearance here. Our fearless leader, our superintendent, Dr. Myrick. Dr. Myrick, how are you feeling this morning?
Doing well. How you doing, Mr. Kaiser?
I cannot complain. I was telling Mr. Orsino here, these two seats to me are the best seats in the house.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I feel like we're announcing the Sixers game, we're at an Eagles game, we're at a Phillies game. I mean, a truly incredible experience here with the Communications Academy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I always say if I'm going to go to a sporting event, I need to be right in the action. I'm not going to go into nosebleeds where I can watch it from a monitor or my couch a little bit cleaner. So
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right about that.
So your second volleyball tournament here, comparison to last year, obviously very similar, but talk me through, what you've seen the last 2 years.
I'll tell you one thing. I just love the entire focus on whole child education. Not to get on that. So
No, that's your job, absolutely.
Right? But again, we put value in everything, not only just our academics, but the extracurricular. I like to always frame it as the co-curriculars, right? These types of events need to take place because, again, it's just building that culture, building that climate for your school, but also the district, right? And that's what it needs to come down to. And then obviously we have the capability of, broadcasting out through the Communications Academy, which I would say Mr. Menchie's doing an amazing job. I get to also work with like Caleb we just started a new Let's Chat Woodstown and stuff along those lines. So it's been amazing for sure.
No, that's wonderful. And really, the nice part is we get so many students involved.
Absolutely.
And we have our spectators, we have obviously our players, and a truly well-rounded experience for everyone.
Absolutely.
Coming from an athletic background, playing soccer in college, talk me through what are your keys to success? What's going to allow a team to take home the trophy today?
Well, I always say the best player on the soccer field or volleyball court, basketball court, is the communication piece, right? So you're always going to remember two players. You're going to remember the most athletic person on the field, or the best player, or you're also going to be remembering the person that talks the most and communicates, right?
Sure.
And that's the key, right? So if you look at any successful volleyball team, it's that one person that's facilitating. They might not be the one that's spiking, but the one controlling everything. All right, set up here, a back door, all those different things. So.
Absolutely. The pitcher, the quarterback, the point guard. You need that on every athletic team here. So we have this is the 8th round, a minute left to play. Lots of competitive games going on. As we obviously get closer and closer to the final, those games are going to get more and more competitive here.
Absolutely. So this is what we need to figure out too, is when we're going to get on the court.
Absolutely.
Like I can still play a little bit.
I agree. I think so. Last year we had that brief staff versus students final. I think we ran out of time. Unfortunately, didn't happen this year, but I will look forward to. I will do my best to talk with Mr. Huck about getting that next year and having a staff for students there at the end.
Yeah, I like it because again, we can't just beat up on the middle school soccer players, right? We also want to beat up on the high schoolers, so if we still have it.
That is absolutely right. 15 seconds left to play here. Frantically trying to get the serve over as we see people trying to speed themselves up here. Drops it in. Adrian Ibarra gets it over. Mr. Lippincott.
He's like a fish.
We got
fish in the net.
Here.
No.
We got some.
Where we go? We got
Miss Mealy.
Here we go.
What do we got?
What's she calling?
Unfortunately, does not go in favor of those that were complaining. And really, I mean, this is true for every sporting event ever. You know, the refs are part of the game, the officials are part of the game, and they're not going to change their call. Whatever they made, that's final.
Well, listen, he was like a fish in the net. Like we thought back down the Ocean City days.
Sure,
fishing offshore.
Oh my gosh, yes. Lots of net violations. That seems to be a big call here. You know, not having a volleyball team, sometimes you get some inexperience around the net. But obviously, and there still looks like debating. Mr. Engel's getting involved. We have Mr. James Hill, one of our sideline officials. Grant's trying to get down to the bottom of it, but as we said, Miss Mealy says, you know, what she says goes.
Absolutely.
As we see the final game, or excuse me, the game 2 over there ending. Round number 8, as Mr. Huck says, as we move forward. Well, Dr. Meyer, I really appreciate you coming on today. Any final words of wisdom as we go into our break here?
No, I just want everyone to take the time to do whatever they find enjoyable and enjoy your break.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dr. Meyer.
Enjoy your son.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Tim. Joining me, I think for our 6th or 7th guest interview here. Tim, I'm not even going to try. Can you pronounce your last name for me?
Yeah, so my name is Tim Schwiedbacher.
Schwiedbacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, talk me through your experience here at Woodstown being a foreign exchange student from Italy. And we were talking about this, and from a history teacher perspective, it was very intriguing. Talk me through where you're from and really how you got here at Woodstown High School here on December of 2023.
Yep. So yeah, I'm from Italy. I'm from a special part from Italy because I'm from the very, very north. I bordered to Austria, and that's why I can speak Italian and German. And basically, my main language is German. That's because of a historical aspect. Because like before World War I, we were part of Austria, and so like after World War I, then of course this part became Italian.
Sure.
But the German language still remained, and that's why today we speak German and Italian.
So most people in your town, in your region, speak German, but there are some Italian speakers.
Yeah, so basically it's like 75% are German German speaking as main language, and 25 only Italian.
Okay, lovely.
Yep.
So talk me through your experience here at Woodstown High School so far, and really culminating around the volleyball tournament.
Yes, my experience is, I think, till now, perfect. The main goal, for me, is like getting involved, absolutely, doing like all the activities, possible. Like I did like homecoming skit.
Yes.
Powder puff. I was part of the soccer team. Now I'm part of the swim team, and I'm going to be part of the tennis team.
Yep.
So
you've completely surrounded yourself with everything that is Woodstown, and I appreciate that from a teacher perspective, and obviously as your swim coach, I appreciate you coming out for the team.
Yeah.
You know, unable to get the victory last night against Highland, but Tim, you were the swimmer of the meet. So I have to congratulate on that. You dropped 2 seconds in your 50 freestyle. Won a best time in your split in the breaststroke. So how has being on the swim team been over the past couple weeks?
It's wonderful. Like I was actually at the beginning of the school year, I was like deciding between track and swim, but now I'm so happy I decided for swim. And like the team is like super nice. Like we all have a lot of fun, and the swim meets. I mean, they were pretty good till now. Like yesterday, I mean, it was unfortunate. Like the other team had like 3 I would say like perfect swimmer.
Sure.
One told me he's going to swim D1, so I mean, we might see him at the Olympics one day, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Speaking of Highland, they had a swimmer who's going to swim in Indiana. So it was a tough matchup for us early on in the season, but Tim, I appreciate you coming out for the team. Obviously, I'm glad you chose swimming over track.
I mean, we tried everything yesterday, I mean, we scored well, but I mean, it is how it is.
Sure, absolutely. No, I think
only one school can win.
Absolutely, and I think still a lot of momentum. We're undefeated in the division.
Exactly.
We beat Shalleck the first meet of the season. So looking forward to that. So Tim, talk me through volleyball tournament today. Your team made it, but had an early exit.
So actually I was part of the PE team because my actual team lost. Like we didn't even make it to the tournament.
Got it. So the gym teachers chose you guys from different periods.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we were a quite good team, I think. The practice was missing. Like, I felt like, like there were some spots like free and some. We were in like one team. Like,
sure. Well, you guys struggled because no one was able to play with each other prior. So that's going to be a difficult. I talked with a lot of the teachers and players here. Communication and teamwork are really the big part. As Bobby crashes into our scores table, but is able to, he pops up quickly, big collision there, and really I think that exact instance is how intense people take the volleyball tournament here at Woodstown High School.
It's very, very serious. They're all giving their best, and I think like the best team will win in the end.
Absolutely, and really as we get closer and closer to the final, these teams are going to get more and more competitive. So we hope to see a great matchup here as we move through, and we're entering the semifinals. So we only have a few more games to play. We have about half hour left in the school day before our winter break, and it's been a great day so far. All right, Tim. Any final departing words for our student body and our viewers here out today?
Just Merry Christmas, and we'll see us next year.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, co-host Bridget Daly, welcome back.
Thank you.
Bridge, what have you seen since we've last talked with the couple of these games going on?
I've seen a lot of spiking. The games seem to be getting a lot more intense as we're going down into the Final Four.
Absolutely. As we mentioned before, they're going to get more and more competitive. As we see 14-13, 7:40 left to play on court number 2 down there. Braden Gold's team, that is period 8, team 2. And they are playing against Zach Bevis's team, it looks like, which is period 3. Period 3. Period 3, team 1? Team 1. Team 1. Thank you, Bridge. And then joining us, on court number 1 in front of us, we have Dante Holmes' team, who has been playing very well. But see, Bryce Ayers has a great spike there against Bryce Ayers, Andrew Pedrick, Blair Baldy. I see lots of athletes on that team.
That is a very athletic team right there. And then I believe they are the first seed as well.
They are the first seed. Okay, wonderful. Good costumes too. They seem to have the well-rounded experience here, as they have a lot of setters. Unfortunately, Ellie's unable to get that to go over. But let me get a score update. Let me tell you the score. (14-15) here, as Andrew Pedrick. I believe it's going to be 15-15 now. So really great bump there by Kara Grisham. Great spike there by Bryce Ayers. Well done. 16-15, I believe, as good save there by Bobby. Good set by Blair. A lot of teamwork here. A lot of 3 hits.
Yes.
Sometimes early games we see just get it over, but now we start to see that teamwork. Bump, set, spike is the progression we like to see.
You start to see the chemistry of the team all coming together.
Good spike there by Zeiler. 5:30 left to play here. Far side, we see heads up. Miss Adams there. Thank you, Miss Adams, for saving that. We see 19-17 there. Braden Gold's team's up by 2 with 5 minutes left. Good save there, though.
That ball was out.
That ball went out of bounds. We see that oftentimes. I think people get a little bit too aggressive with the spikes.
Yes, and they don't realize how hard they're actually hitting it.
Absolutely. They just get, they get excited. They want to use sometimes power over finesse, which doesn't always work out.
Yes.
We see Dante Holmes' team is up. We could be up by 3 with 5 minutes left to play. So a lot of time left on the clock, though.
That is a lot of time.
For both teams, actually. Could be a run as Andrew Pedrick spikes that down, and great save, and that goes out of bounds.
It seems that the number 1 seed, although they are number 1, the past 2 games they've come very close with losing and then picking up the final point at literally the last second.
Sure, as a big spike there by Dante on LEY again. Tough to handle. But as I said, sometimes that, that's what the volleyball tournament is about. Those underdogs, those sleeper seeds that hopefully can make a run deep into the playoffs here.
I think upsets are a big part that makes it fun too, because you never know what's going to happen.
That is absolutely right. Thank you. Andrew, looks like Dante's team wanted a net violation, but didn't get it.
Yeah, so it looked like a pretty clean spike.
Good bump there. Dante
Nice set.
Dante seems. Oh, good save. Well done.
There's been a lot of volleys in between these 2 teams right here on court 1. Nice spike.
Yeah, that's a great spike. Redirecting that ball. I think Bobby thought it was going to come down to him, and Andrew was able to get it to the right there. 21-20. We have a tight
Very close.
Yeah, very, very close game here. There's a little mix up there. Oh, gets it over. Well done. Good save.
I believe that Court 2 is playing for game point right now, and it looks like Rocco String and Zach Bevis' team just won 24-22.
Well done. And I believe they're going to advance to the final.
Yes. A little under 2:40 to go here on Court 1.
11:40, so we still have 22 minutes left. I believe, Bridget, correct me if I'm wrong, the championship is a little bit longer than the regular games, or are they the same amount of time?
I believe it's the same amount of time.
Okay.
If it is longer, I would only think it'd be like probably 15 minutes instead of 12 minutes.
Tough serve there. Not sure what was going on there.
Sometimes you get too much power
yes,
behind it.
Yep.
Huge point.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Net violation.
Net violation that late in the game is such a tough way to end.
That was a nice bump by Blair Bally, but...
Yeah, really nice bump there by Blair. Bryce gets it over. I think it's 23-23.
I think it's tied, so they're playing...
Oh, man. Point for Dante Holmes' team. Game point. We have game point here as Kara Grisham is on the serve.
This is huge.
Goes with the underhand. Bryce with the set. Andrew with the spike. Lots of... Whoa, we see whistle blown by Mr. Engel. And we see, looks like a collision at the net for the net violation here.
It was a net violation.
Hold up. Whoa, we see whistles blown. We got Miss Mealy here telling our players to focus on the game. As we said, Bridget, this is what volleyball is about. This is the passion and the intensity.
This is what it all comes down to.
And that will do it for
the number one seed.
It's really, and this is what I say about March Madness. It's survive and advance. That's what this is about. Survive and advance. And I was hoping that Dante Holmes' team was going to get the upset, but they are unable to do so as the time expires here.
They played very well, though.
They did, absolutely. A great semifinal matchup.
It was great.
So we're going to take a quick little pause here, quick little intermission, about 2 minutes, and then we will see our final matchup.
Yep.
All right, sorry, Bridge. We are back. Lots of things going on here. The final matchup.
It is 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, so I was right. So 15 minutes here. Both teams are obviously looking for the championship, and I believe this is the number 1 and number 2 seed. So those seedings worked out. Obviously, they were true seedings, incredible seedings. As Dante Holmes walks by here, tough matchup, but great semifinal game. Big spike there, and that's where having Rocco, 6'4", 6'5", that's going to really help you out.
Yeah, that's the biggest advantage you can have right now is height compared to other teams.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was another nice spike by Rocco's string. Once again, height is going to be a huge part of winning this.
Do you think you're a box short on this one? Do you think you're a box short? Because there's like two pairs. Do you think it could be what? Allie says he's missing the place. Callie comes in and there's another box in.
Another nice spike attempt, but unfortunately it went out.
Tough one there by Bryce there. As
tried to save it.
We see 6-5 here. Early lead for Rocco's team. So hoping that that Andrew Pedrick's team here, EP, Bryce, they don't want to dig themselves too big of a hole that they have to crawl themselves out of.
There still is a lot of time left. So
12 minutes. Absolutely is a long time here.
6-2 now.
Overhand, as we said, high risk, high reward. Doesn't play out in favor of the red team over there.
Three 7 now. Clean spike. 4 serving 8 now. Team 1 seems to be making a comeback, so it's still a lot of time left though. And that was in. Nice little volley going on right here.
All right, so the red team here has fought back a little bit, 9-5, just over 10 minutes. 10-5 here. I spoke too soon.
Still a very close game.
Yeah,
both teams seem to be playing very well.
Absolutely. As that ball is going to sail out of bounds. Bryce Ayers on the serve here. Opts for the, looks like going to be overhand. Being tall, I think, helps with that overhand.
It does.
Get a better angle here. Big spike there by Rocco. Good save there. Well done there. And that seems to be, they're going to have to survive on some of those Rocco spikes.
That's the only way.
And they're able to get that point there. 10 minutes left to play. 7 serving 10. Big, that overhand.
That was a nice serve. That was a very nice serve. Oh, Ellie Wagon saves it.
Great save by Ellie Wagon there. Big set. Unfortunately, that's good. Great drop in though. Really nice rally there by the red team.
It was a great idea.
All right, Bryce is serving again. Yeah, that's a good serve. That's hard to handle.
That is. I think another big part about spiking is you have to know how to block the spike. If you can block it, that can be almost just as beneficial as being able to spike.
Absolutely. I think timing on the trying to block is sometimes the most important thing.
Yes.
As Blair sets that, probably could have let that go out of bounds. Unfortunately, Rocco gets that spike. I think so many people want to try to block it that sometimes deflections happen, and that makes it more difficult. As we see 9 minutes left to play. 12 serving 8.
Oh, that was a spike by Drew Stengel.
Yeah, great rise up there by Drew as they rotate back here with Blair Baldy on the serve.
They're starting to come back.
Absolutely, opts for the underhand. Net violation maybe? No call there by Miss Mealy.
Doesn't look like they're calling it.
Let the players play, as Coach Carter says. Let the players play. We see Elliot with the little set over Rocco. Big. Great block.
That was a great block.
Great block. But blocks, I guess. Oh, never mind. Well, it must have went out of bounds here. Ellie with a tough serve to handle. And Drew,
unfortunate
had the spike in the play before that, but unable to do it again. Bryce Ayers gets it over.
Ellie with the save again.
Yeah, great save by Ellie Wygant there. Almost a carry by Rocco.
It almost looked like
it, right?
Carry,
Open palm, but no call by the referees. Tough one there by EP. That long back serve, sometimes unexpected from the back line. That deep serve, like they almost should let that one go.
Yes. If you see it coming and you're in the back line, you should just let it go.
Just almost avoid it. Get out of the way. Big lead here, unfortunately, by not over yet, but 17-9, 7:30 left to play.
There's still time to come back, and the team one, they do seem to get into areas where they just start racking up the points.
Yeah, good rhythm, going to run as that ball. As you're right, they scored 3 straight points here. Take a little run, 11 serving 17.
Unfortunately, that serve's going to hit the ceiling.
Oh no! That's the second time, Bridget, that's happened, and that's a momentum killer.
It is. It really is.
Good over by Bryce there. Now, what might play to the advantage of Bryce's team in red is that the rotation. So Rocco's rotating. I think he started out in the front, but now is in the center. So that might fare well. That's why they may have scored so many early points.
That is very true.
EP unfortunately went with the overhand. Again, high risk, high reward. Unfortunate. Who's serving there? Kayla gets it over. Good set by that's a really nice set by Blair.
Oh, unfortunate.
Great spike there by Bryce. As Andrew Pedrick, underhand serve, quick little underhand serve, plays to his advantage. I think Mason was unexpected there. Another underhand.
Zach Bevis with the set and
big jump. Red gets a point. 21-14. 21-15, excuse me. Wow, drops it in.
White team seems to be getting a little bit frustrated, but they still have the lead and plenty of time to go.
Oh, Andrew Pedrick, costly mistake there.
Rocco String with the serve.
Bryce, good spike. Well done, gets the point.
Wow.
Big high arcing serve there for the red team.
Nice save by the white team.
Well done. Andrew Pedrick with the 4th or 5th hit in a row. I think he hit the ball about 6 times there.
Yeah, that was a great volley between the two teams.
Yeah, really, really well done. 4 minutes left to play. 23 serving 17, white team.
A nice spike by Zach Bevis. Looks like we're coming down to the game point.
Too hot to handle. Game point here.
Oh, and a spike by Rocco.
And that will do it for our 2023 volleyball tournament. Rocco Strings team from period 3, I believe.
Yes, period 3, team 1.
Captain Ryan Polk obviously did well to draft his team, winning team, period 3, team 1, Ryan Polk, Rocco String, Mason Eber, Lucas Fulmer, Antonio Vincenza, Xander Stitcher, Kayla Brown, Zach Bevis, and Brendan Henry. Well done to the winners of our volleyball tournament here.
Yes.
Another shout out one more time to our officials here. Our physical education department, obviously Mr. Huck with the announcing, and really the true champion of today, our Communications Academy with Mr. Dementry. So we really appreciate, Bridget, I really appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
Any final words for the volleyball tournament finale here and as we move into break?
Everyone have a happy holiday, and everyone did a really great job today.
Thanks, Bridget. I appreciate you having me on. Enjoy.